Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IS English. In our today's video, we are going to understand where cheetahs would find a new home. So that we are going to discuss in our today's video, okay? Now, the notes of this video, if you want to download them, and you should because these are important topics from your exams perspective, you can go to a Telegram channel called as ETS Live. And while you're in this channel downloading the notes, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also, okay? Now, why are we discussing this topic? Let us understand the context here first, and then I will tell you why this topic is important for your UPSC perspective. Now, Madhya Pradesh, which is a state located in central part of a country, it is known as Tiger State of India because it has the highest population of tiger among all the states in India. Now, this state is looking at a protected area, particularly Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary, as a third site where cheetahs will be reintroduced in India. Now, if you can recall, few years back, India started with reintroduction of cheetahs by importing them from African countries, and it was started with Kuno National Park, and eventually the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary was decided, where some of the cheetahs from Kuno would be relocated. So theoretically, Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary would be the third home for cheetahs if it has been finalized by the government. Now, this is a part of Cheetah Reintroduction Program, which was started in the year 2022 under the Project Tiger program. So this aims to reintroduce a population of cheetahs in different parts of the country, and Madhya Pradesh has been seen as an ideal site for it. So we'll discuss that in our today's video. Now, the reason why I've picked this video from a UPSC perspective, just read the question which appeared in 2017. Recently, there was a proposal to translocate some of the lions from their natural habitat in Gujarat to which one of the following protected area. Now, similarly, a question can be tweaked and it can be asked on cheetahs because cheetahs have been in news for a long period of time since the year 2022 when they were reintroduced in the country. So that is why this topic becomes important because a same kind of a question can also be asked on the cheetah reintroduction program. Okay, so let us find what is the background of this issue. Now, as you can recall, cheetahs, the Asiatic cheetahs which were available in India, they became extinct in the wild and they were last seen in the year 1952. So to reintroduce cheetahs in India, India decided to start Project Cheetah, where 20 cheetahs were imported from African countries, particularly Namibia and South Africa, and these species were reintroduced in Kuno National Park. So as of today, Kuno National Park has presence of 29 cheetahs, including the ones 19 cheetahs in particular who were born into India from the cheetahs that were imported from African countries. Now, why did government decide to reintroduce cheetah in India? Because cheetahs are known as keystone species of grassland ecosystem. Now, they are the species which regulate herbivorous population, and when you regulate the population of herbivorous, it allows the grasslands ecosystem to flourish. So their return is seen as India's enhancement of tropic diversity, which would contribute to grassland restoration, particularly in the central part of the country. So this is the reason why cheetahs are being introduced or reintroduced in India. Now, let us understand which was the species of cheetah that were available in India up to 1952 and what is the difference with the species of cheetah that has been brought from Africa. Now, the cheetahs that were available in India are Asiatic cheetahs, and presently only one country in the world, that is the country of Iran, has presence of Asiatic cheetah, and they are very few in number, somewhere between 26 to 30 cheetahs individually. Now, naturally, India approached Iran, which thinking that they would import some of their Asiatic cheetahs back to India. But since the number of Asiatic cheetahs in Iran, which is the only country having them, were so few, so they denied this request, albeit politely. Now, what India did, they approached African countries, but the species that are available in Africa, cheetah specifically, they are of African cheetahs variety, right? So the distribution, or there is fundamental differences between Asiatic cheetah on one hand and African cheetah on another. For example, the Asiatic cheetah, they are slightly smaller in size and they are thinner or slender as compared to African cheetahs, whereas African cheetahs are slightly bigger built and sturdier or has sturdier legs and neck, right? So this is the physical differences between these two species. Now, there is also a difference in the skin or the fur types of cheetahs, but that is not important. What is more important is the IUCN red list status of these two species. As I told you, the Asiatic cheetahs are very few in number. Some say they are 12, some say there are 25 to 30, basically very few in number. So that is why their IUCN status is critically endangered. Whereas Africa has a sizable populations of cheetah, therefore they are categorized as vulnerable species. So these are the two biggest difference between Asiatic as well as African cheetahs. Please remember, India earlier up till 1952 had a presence of Asiatic cheetah, but now it has reintroduced which cheetah? African cheetah. Okay. Now let us come back to our discussion. Let us first discuss Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary, where the cheetahs are expected to be reintroduced from Kuno and Gandhi Sagar, and why has government picked up the site? That is also very relevant. First, let us discuss about the Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. Now, it was declared as a wildlife sanctuary back in 1975, and this is spread over an area of more than 1197 square kilometers, spread across 3 districts of Madhya Pradesh, that is Sagar, Damoh, as well as Narsinghpur. Now, in terms of area, this is the largest wildlife sanctuary in the entire region of Madhya Pradesh, and this entire sanctuary is located on a plateau forming the part of Upper Vindhya range. So this is the location of the Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. Please remember the names of the districts: Sagar, Damoh and Narsinghpur, and it is the largest wildlife sanctuary of the entire state of Madhya Pradesh. Now, what are the important water bodies that flow through this wildlife sanctuary? This is a kind of fact which is also important from your exams, right? Now, what you need to understand, this wildlife sanctuary falls in the basin of 2 rivers. The majority of the basin, that is about 3/4 of the basin, is located in the Ganga Yamuna basin, whereas 1/4 of the basin belongs to Narmada river, right? So these two are the rivers, or this wildlife sanctuary acts as a watershed of these 2 rivers. Now, what are the water bodies flowing through this wildlife sanctuary? It includes Kopra, Bamer, Berma, and these rivers are the tributary of Ken River, which itself is a tributary of Yamuna River. So these are the important water bodies particularly which flows through the Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. Please remember, these are all tributaries of Ken River. Ken and Betwa, both of them are the tributaries of Yamuna. Now let us talk about the habitat of this region. Now, as it is located in central part of India, so it is easy to guess the kind of forests that are available here belong to dry deciduous forest, and grasslands and thornbush are also present here. So naturally, the kind of plants which are available in this national park would follow this kind of a forest system, right? So bale, maua, tendu, etc. These are the important species of plants available in addition to teak, which is a very important commercial wood, right? Now, the animals which are present in this protected area, it includes apex predators. It includes tigers, crocodiles, Indian wolves, wild dogs, panthers, and also other important animals like sloth bear, blue bull, chinkara, spotted deer, sambar. What you need to remember, chinkara, spotted deer, sambar, they serve as a food for apex predators. So in terms of food, this plant or this wildlife sanctuary has plenty of food available for apex predators, but it is also important that there are many apex predators already present in the region. So I'll come back to this particular instance, okay? Now, why is government deciding to make Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary the new home of cheetahs? There must be some logic behind it, right? There is actually. Now, Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary is located in a particular region which is very crucial environmentally. First of all, it connects 2 important tiger corridors, that is from Panna Tiger Reserve, it connects Satpura Tiger Reserve, right? And it indirectly connects the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve via Rani Durgavati Wildlife Sanctuary. So essentially, what this Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary does, it provides an it provides a wider geographical expanse to any predator to move around freely, right? And therefore, cheetahs could recolonize a weather or a wider portion of central Indian landscape. Now, what is the ecological significance or what is the biological significance of this particular instance? You need to understand the existing tiger reserves and protected areas allows for free movement of animals, and this would also allow wider genetic exchanges between geographically distant located species. And it is also very important if you want to promote ecological connectivity. So this was the first logic why has government decided to select Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary, because it is located at a very critical juncture connecting multiple protected areas with each other, providing cheetahs with wider geography, okay? Now, the second reason is availability of ample prey base. I told you animals like sambal, animals like nilgai, cheetal, chinkara, they provide food for these animals, right? Now, establishment of grassland also makes it suitable for long-term establishment. So first of all, this grassland provides an adequate space for tigers to run. As we know, cheetahs are the fastest mammals on the planet, and also because of the presence of diverse prey base, the government is expecting that they can maintain a healthy population of 25 cheetahs, and if they make good efforts, this number can be increased to 70 individual cheetahs because of wider geographical expanse and presence of significant prey base. Now, this instance I told you where multiple predators are also present, this brings a very unique opportunity to the government. So earlier, where cheetahs were reintroduced in India, they were reintroduced in Kuno Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary and Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. Sorry, Kuno National Park and Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. But in Kuno National Park and Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, those were predator-free environments. So basically, cheetahs, who are also apex predators, they did not find any competition in the region. Whereas if they are going to be reintroduced to Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary, it allows the government to understand or study this thing scientifically of what would happen if cheetahs were to be reintroduced in an area where there are other apex predators already present in the region. And similarly, expansion of Project Cheetah beyond Kuno National Park and beyond Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary also ensures that if, God forbid, there is a ecological disaster in Kuno, we would not ensure, or we would be in a place to ensure that a population remains in another geographical area, or otherwise the entire population of cheetahs, if they were to be kept in a one national area, can be wiped out in case of an unforeseen event, right? So that is why, to diversify the risk, the government is trying to relocate them to other areas where they can be settled, right? For instance, Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. So this was the logic why has government selected Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. But this also does not mean that there won't be any challenges. There will be. First of all, as I told you, Nauradehi also has a sizable portion of other predators, including tiger, including Indian wolves, including wild dogs. And they can come into conflict with cheetahs. So this is a first instance where interspecific competition will be faced by cheetahs, and whether it will be good or whether it will be bad, only time will tell us. And it also raises a bigger question, whether such area or such reintroduction of species is ecologically compatible, or whether this would lead to predation conflicts in the region, right? So we would understand this, but only after a sizable portion of cheetahs are reintroduced in Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. Understood? So this was all about our today's video. Now we'll try to solve the practice questions also, but before that I want to tell you something very important. Now what you need to understand, that if this reintroduction of cheetah program, or basically every essential national park, wildlife sanctuary which is in news, we cover, but we cover it only when it comes in the news. What about other national parks which are not in news and important from your exams perspective, right? We cover each and every one of them in our environment and ecology classes which happen in P2I foundation batches. But we don't just cover environment in P2I foundation batches, we also cover multiple other subjects including polity, economy, basically everything that you require for UPSC perspective. So if you take admission in these P2I foundation batches, P2I means prelims to mains to interview, everything will be covered, including CSAT, right? So please take admissions in this. This is available for students who are looking to give exams in 2027 and also in 2028. But please keep one thing very important in mind, that if you want to make a payment and take admissions, obviously do so. But before that, if you use the code ATS Live now, this code would help you get maximum discounts up to 7,000 rupees, not just on 2027 and 2028 courses, but also on optional subjects. Okay, so keep that in mind. Use the code ATS Live and thrive in this UPSC exam. Now let us come back to our discussion. I told you, right, I changed that PYQ that I showed you here to suit our today's discussion. Recently, there was a proposal to translocate some of the cheetahs from their habitat in Kuno National Park to which one of the following sites? You know the answer? It was Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, as I told you. So option D is your right answer. Now, this is the question I'd want all of you to solve. Consider the following statements regarding Nauradehi Wildlife Sanctuary. Which is the correct answer out of these three statements? Do let me know in the comments, and if you get it correctly, you will get a thumbs up from my side, okay? So this is all from my side in today's video. Please have a very good day. We'll see each other again tonight at 9 p.m.